don't wanna watch TV. I don't even wanna be with me. I don't wanna do anything. I don't wanna do anything. Anything. Well, I got mindless. Yes, I got mindless. Well, I got mindless. Well, I got mindless.
I know. I know. I know. What's up, folks? Happy Hump Day. Some craziness going on here. Gloria, welcome to the stream. You guys will have to hang with me while I get through this. Oh, yeah, I can do that, Gloria. I have a bunch of other channels. I have a bunch. So, usually I kind of mix it up. I mean, there hasn't, like, if I stream news, which hasn't been very often lately, I just use some random channel. But I have a couple channels, other TV2 channels. It might take me a second. Yeah, YouTube doesn't really care for me much. They're terrible about, like, I've had this channel, my main channel with almost 1,500 subs now, be buried under my other channels that I don't even post on or anything. Yeah, I don't know, Bumblebee or Bumblee. Welcome to the stream. That's a good question. So, unfortunately, I can't find his Truth Social post, but it says here, according to recent reports from CNN, Reuters, and Political, Donald Trump has designated Antifa. Now, I don't know all what that means. Hopefully, we're going to get into that tonight, what designated means. But Antifa as a terrorist organization in a post on his Truth Social platform. This move follows the recent assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, with White House officials signing their intent to crack down on what they claim is a coordinated network of left-wing radicals. The Trump statement on September 17th, 2025, Trump wrote on Truth Social, I am pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I am designating Antifa as a major, in all caps, as a major terrorist organization. But they're not, there's no centralization for Antifa. There's no leader, no bank account, no phone number, no address, you know. So, and I mention that because that's what's scary about this. So, is what it does is it opens up the fascist Trump administration to just use about any excuse to arrest anyone on the left, right? No matter, I mean, they're going to have to be real careful of what they say, I guess. Targeting funding, he also stated he would strongly recommend that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated. There is no such thing as funding Antifa. It's just more lies from Trump to hammer down. And I tell you what, any of the Trumpers listening, you guys don't get it. It's your fucking freedom and rights too. I don't give a shit if you call yourself Antifa or not. That doesn't have anything to do with what Trump is doing. So, pretty scary stuff. Jim, welcome to the stream. Yeah, exactly. Joseph McCarthy. Yeah. Like Jim says, it is what Trump says it is. Again, I don't know. I don't know how exactly how that works. I'm pretty sure that it has to be legislated or an act of Congress to declare any organization a terrorist group or anybody a terrorist, an official domestic terrorist or worldwide terrorist, I guess, international terrorist. You have to have, I mean, there has to be someone to or something to substantiate what he's doing, and there isn't. I mean, for one thing, if let's just take this Charlie Kirk assassination, for instance, you would have to, I mean, right now they're just assuming that this assassin was a liberal. Well, that's what the Trump administration is saying, and of course all his cult members are spewing that same line of bullshit. But I mean, those are just assumptions. So I mean, for one, this guy isn't cooperating at all. So, but his whole family, his grandma stated that the whole family lived and breathed Trump. So that's kind of damning right there, I would say. B, what's up, sister? Yeah, so I sat here thinking about streaming. I'm like, man, there's, I was watching the fucking nonsense with Jimmy Kimmel being fired or whatever the hell. It's crazy. It's like the Trumpers going crazy on that shit. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how all you other libs feel, but I don't I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert, and it's not that I don't think they're funny when I have seen their clips. It's just it's not like it's not often at all. It's usually somebody says, TV, you got to really go check this clip out. So now I've seen some other right. Trump went on to say that NBC now needs to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers, both previously or formerly SNL actors or staff members or whatever cast. So the legal challenges facing Trump doing this is lack of legal basis, including those from the Justice Department in previous years have consistently stated that there is no existing legal authority for a president to designate a domestic group as a terrorist organization. Exactly what I just said. I didn't figure that that Trump had any. So it's all just like, God, what do you want to call this? Just bullshit, right? It's all just fluff. So any attempt to target a domestic group based on ideology raises significant constitutional issues related to freedom of speech and due process. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this because I'm probably going to get pretty fucking pissed off. I mean, what about the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, whatever those other fucking morons are that attacked our Capitol? We're just trying to maintain our democracy, and then you have everybody, it seems like, on the right, either they're silent or they're all in on labeling me and you, everyday folks, terrorists because we know that Trump and what he's doing is pushing for an autocracy. We're there. It's now moving to totalitarianism for sure. So it's a fucking joke that these people are pretending like, oh, this is making this is the right thing. Like at least a dozen J6ers that Trump has pardoned already have reoffended. I think just overall the fucking recidivism rate is like 30%, 30+%. So just according to those stats, when Trump pardoned 1,500 J6 criminals, insurrectionists, traitors, he pardoned about 500 future criminals. So this is a fucking joke. Human, what's up, brother? Human says, Google says Antifa is a decentralized political movement, not a single organized group with a unified command structure. So is anyone who is against fascism or terrorists or what? Exactly. That's exactly what I was just saying, Human, that because there is no centralized, leadership, there's no official, registered organization called Antifa. There's no way to fund it, as Trump called to, investigate people funding Antifa. Well, first off, what are you going to do? Just say, okay, this guy is Antifa. Let's take my dumb ass, for instance. Let's just say TV is Antifa. Now, are you going to investigate who has funded me or donated to the channel or anything like that. And then when you don't find nothing, what? You ruined my fucking life. You fucking put me in extreme danger from all these fucking right-wing nuts that you people, that the Trump administration is encouraging. I mean, not only is it they're trying to fucking stomp us out, they are weaponizing at every turn their people. Yeah, it seems like that ship has sailed, Jim. Unfortunately, I don't know what to say. You know, I heard this lady the other day, and she's like, oh, checks and balances, breathe in, checks and balances, breathe out, checks and balances, breathe in, checks and balances, breathe out, right up until the point where we're done, right? And this isn't like some big leap into an autocratic government. It's been step by step. You know, I hate that. I've gotten sick of that analogy about the boiling frog because it's been overused lately, but that's what's happening to us. I don't want to be the guy who sits there and screams, the sky is falling when it isn't falling. How long? I've asked this question, though. How long do we wait before we need to do something more dramatic to push nonviolent but dramatic, right? To push back against it. We have to stand. I don't know. It's happening, though. It's happening. Steph, welcome to the stream, sister. Oh, no. Steph said she had oh, you had your left hip replaced yesterday, and then you just now had some sort of issue after the surgery? Yeah, I hope you're sending you good juju, Steph. I hope you heal up. I tell you what, YouTube chats have been screwy lately, you guys. So I don't know. Like, I haven't even been able to see, like, Bill, who's a moderator. Screwy. Speaking of which, I guess I should switch over because otherwise I won't see Bill if he comes in. Yes, and thanks Bumblebee for subscribing. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Been busy lately, which is cool. I think I'd rather have a slow news cycle and have a little bit more mellow of a day-to-day stress level, right? It's just insane what's going on. So, yeah, Trump is just, it's attacking. Well, the right is just attacking every possible media source they can. Now we got this Charlie Kirk's wife or widow filing a lawsuit against ABC. It's like, holy shit. I mean, it's just, why isn't it seen? Why isn't anyone on? I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's really fucking scary, though, that like 80 million Trumpers, that all of them think that they'll be okay because they support Trump. Like, none of this shit will come home to roost in their yard. It's fucking crazy, man. It is. It's like, holy fuck. What the fuck happened to you? Like, these people aren't getting enough oxygen or something every day. Yeah, I tell you what, Jim, I've this sucks, dude. I mean, you guys know I'm not gonna ever be afraid to come on here and stream and say what I think, but I'm choosing. I have no choice but to choose my words more carefully, or I don't. I have no idea. I don't think for a second like my channel is on the radar yet, but you know, I guess anything that yeah, I just know. I just realized I didn't even second guess it. I guess putting Antifa in the title. So yeah, that shit's gonna get. It's gonna get attention. Yep, rules for thee, but not for me. Yeah, this is cheers, Darlene. I don't know if I said hi to you. Welcome. Oh, that could be B. B said she was being censored earlier, arguing the Antifa thing. Yeah, that could very well be like. See, I wonder how Trump's going to handle that. Like, if YouTube is going to start throwing up some sort of Antifa related filters, certainly I can see channels like the White House stream. I mean, Earth TV is owned by some German company or whatever. They're clearly fucking fascist supporters. So yeah, I'm not gonna back down though or be afraid to fucking stand up against fascism. I mean, it's purely there's two people right now. Those who know what fascism means and those who know what it means and don't give a fuck. That's what it comes down to. Like they understand the true meaning of it and definition, and they don't care. They're gonna try their best to redefine it and fucking label liberals as fascists. It's fucking bonkers. And I'm gonna sit here every chance I can and get and say the liberals aren't the fascist motherfuckers. And you can say it all you want. It's not gonna make it true. And we're not. I mean, do you think we're gonna fucking just kneel to Trump? No way in hell. We aren't a fucking terrorist group. We're Americans. You want to fucking call folks that stand up for liberty, democracy, equal rights, civil rights, you want to call us some sort of fascist group? That's insane. Yep, Jim says just stand by the First Amendment because most of it is intimidation. I retain the right to stay stupid, say stupid shit. My wife will confirm. Exactly. We all have a right to our opinion, even if based on ignorance, as we see with the Trumpers. They exercise that right daily. Fucking punks. It's amazing. We have a fucking 79-year-old maniac running our country and getting away with some fucking crazy ass bullshit. But thankfully, like I said, I knew as soon as I seen that news go break, I'm like, well, I gotta fucking stream on this, even though Trump absolutely has zero authority to make it anything other than just fucking jackass fucking ceremonial bullshit. Just fucking throwing fucking stale bread at the cult. Yeah, I still have that clock up next to me, you guys. 411 days, 3 hours, 42 minutes, and 17 seconds until the midterm elections. I don't know that we make it. I just don't know. Dave, what's up? It's going to be a fucking very, very tough, bumpy. And I mean, this is kind of the shit that I felt like was coming. I just didn't. We don't know how it's going to hit when it does hit, right? So I don't know if this is gonna be like you're not likely. It's gonna just be more obvious division, I think, even amongst our police departments in certain cities, right, out in the streets, because that's where it's not like there's some sort of trail or organizate like we were saying. There's nothing for investigators to follow consistently, right? Like, what are they going to do? They're going to get on social media and possibly look for anybody posting the word Antifa and then might follow along with their post, which probably 99% will fucking turn up to be just random everyday people that understand that Antifa means anti-fascist. Yeah, plus he's bombing boats in Venezuela. He's trying to start a war with them to stop elections. I think that's over. Didn't they already? Or no, maybe that was in Brazil. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, Trump, like, there is somebody, probably Peter Thiel. Is that right, Peter? There are some folks, it isn't Trump. There's no way in hell he is intelligent enough to put all this together, but the fascism and the far right movement is ramping up all across the world, all around the world, right? Like, especially in the West, obviously in Europe, Australia, in South America, here at home, of course. Yeah, Trump is a virus. I wish it was only a computer virus. All I want to do is chew some gum until the sun comes up on the Santa Monica Boulevard. Mm-hmm. I have a different mouse, so thankfully I'm able to get through this a little bit quicker. President Trump announced Wednesday that he will designate Antifa as a terrorist organization and is recommending investigations into people who allegedly fund it. It's unclear when the designation will take place or what legal implications it will have. Antifa, short for anti-fascist, is a loose affiliation of mostly left-leaning activists and generally is not considered to be a highly organized group. I am pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I am designating Antifa a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster as a major terrorist organization, the president wrote in a Truth Social post. I will also be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to see much. I'm going to have to get there's no legal grounds for what Trump is doing, or there's, again, it's just kind of like God, I'm drawing a blank on the word I want, but it's all for show. Exactly, Bumblebee says no one funds Antifa. Most folks go out there and protest and march and demonstrate for their civil rights, their equal rights, because that's what we should be doing, right? Like when we're under threat, it's kind of on us to to stand up for ourselves, to speak up for ourselves and each other, but it's up to us to speak up for ourselves. There's just no doubt. Human says Human says anyone who claims to be Antifa and pays their bills. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's really crazy, Human. Like, so if you, what if you don't say Antifa, but what if you say, like myself, because I'm not afraid of these fuckers. I'm 55 years old. I've lived a good life. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? And I know that you guys will be outside the courthouse if anything wrong happens to me. But what are they going to do? What if someone like me says, I am opposed to fascism? Vehemently opposed to fascism. What are they going to do? Well, that you can't say that, TV. That's wrong. Why? That makes you part of this fucking domestic terrorist group. Will they give special rules to um, description to Antifa? Like if anybody says Charlie Kirk was a really lousy human being, does that make you Antifa? Jim says, TV, I think we spend too much time talking about labels like fascism. Let's focus on this just ain't right. Yeah, I'm with you, brother. It isn't right. It's like, but I don't even know where to start with that. Like, how do you, I mean, if anybody doesn't see what Trump is doing and his administration and the Agenda 2025 or Project 2025 bullshit is doing, what do we say? Where do we fucking get a foot in the door with these idiots? Jim says I still have friends in GR. Sweet. Cool. Then they can. Jim's already making calls for people to protest my release, my inevitable arrest and release. Yeah, exactly, Human. I will never be pro-fascism. A Golf, welcome to the stream, brother. A Golf says I will always be an anti-fascist. Same here, dude. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna come and arrest me or you guys for fucking speaking up against Trump's madness, for fucking doing what I mean, look at what has happened to our country. They thought it was, I mean, is all they did was cry during Biden's administration about how bad the country is. Look at what the fuck mess we're in. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here with that noise. We have not, I mean, seriously. I've never wanted to say it, but right now our country resembles a shithole. A really fucking scary shithole because, you know, I don't know, there's going to have to be choices being made within domestic law enforcement, within our military, right? Like on an individual level. Folks are going to have to decide where they stand, it seems like. I think that sucks because that destroys the cohesiveness of our military that demands subordination. And I get that part of it. I do. Trust me, it's not like I came from a fucking family that didn't, you know, we were kept in check. We were taught to mind our P's and Q's. So how is that going to fucking work out? Right? I know it's going to be tough for folks having to choose between their career and what's right. I mean, not that tough for me, but I don't have a big old fucking money career either. I hope to hell that would not make a difference for me or any of you guys. I don't think it would. It's just, we know that there's going to be people struggling with that, right? Because they're going to be faced with either following illegal orders of a dictatorship administration, or they're going to be having to accept they're going to lose their home, and they're going to have to explain it to their spouse, and they're going to have, you know, what it's going to do to their kids having their life upended. All this shit's going to happen, and it sucks. All because of one just absolutely egomaniacal fucking sociopathic president. Yeah, I just did some more research on the history of Antifa last night, stuff, and it actually goes back a lot farther than I realized. And there are some like sketchy parts of it, but only because, I mean, if you really do and I'll tell you, I watched this on this guy is something Forgotten History it's called. He's a religious kook, but he's not terrible, and he really does break down actual historical events, and the history of stuff like Antifa pretty well. But he could not help but let his fucking white Christian nationalist self fucking shine through. But still, ultimately, it wasn't bad, and especially again considering the source. The worst thing he had to say was there was a short period where communists tried to infiltrate the Antifa movement, right? So if you look up the Antifa movement, it was just all along, all through, like, I think maybe they said it may have came about around 1919, 1920. Obviously, it got started, I do believe, basically in Germany, pushing back against the Nazi Party. Even though the chuds like to fucking say that Hitler wasn't a fascist. Oh, yeah. Man, Jay, I just read more and more fucking quotes and stories about Charlie Kirk. I mean, he pretty much thought all brown people were Muslims. And that's where it starts. Like, you can play that shit off as some sort of misspeak, he misspoke, or, ignorance or just not detailed enough in his comment. Like maybe it was forgive me, I wasn't clear enough. Well, he accused the mayor of Calgary or something like that of being Muslim because she's brown, but she's actually Sikh. And that's what it comes down to. They're dark skinned, they have a turban. Well, they must be Muslim and hate Americans. And so, and then it does. It just really, they just find these ways to overlap, like into the brown Mexicans who clearly aren't Muslim. You know what I mean? Black folks. Yeah, so here it is, September 17th, 2025, Hump Day. I appreciate you guys joining me. If you haven't done it, hit the thumbs up or down, share with those you love and those you don't. Subscribe and ring the all bell because we're going to be busy here on this channel indefinitely, it seems like. So I appreciate you joining us. If you, whether you agree with TV or not, come in and drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you, hear what your thoughts are. Tell me why we should not be worried about what Trump is doing, or just help add to the common sense that what Trump is doing is nuts. Dan says, watch out, Antifa, fair game now. Yeah, right on, Dan. So who has the targets, Dan? Who has the target on their back? Anybody specific? How about on the Dan? Do you want to bother putting out any, like, I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know if you're Trumper or not, but do you think what do you think about Trump's designation, which is complete fodder, right? Like it's just all ceremonial bullshit, or it's just for show. So, do you think that there's any elected officials on the left that will get labeled Antifa, Dan? Mr. Bill, what's up, brother? I can see you. Can you see me? Mr. Bill, I can see you. Or maybe I could see you before. Can you see this, Bill? I'm posting to you. Bill says he's still happy Kurt got creamed. The world is a better place without him. I'll say that much. Well, the world's gonna be a better place. Right now there's gonna be like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Well, if you're not Antifa, you're not American, because America, I think, was that was a huge part of our founding, was rule of law, not rule by law, not rule by man, rule of law. And that's not that there's it's just not conducive to fascism. All right, maybe Bill can't see. I don't know. He can probably hear me though. I got mindless contentment. I know. I know. No. Sorry, Charlie. All right, Bill, we'll have to work with that. Thankfully, I can see your comments. Yeah, and you can, as long as you can hear mine, I guess we're incommunicado. All right, I'm probably gonna be live for a while tonight, but I'm trying to settle in. It's been way too long. I think the last time I streamed was last Friday night after Kirk was shot or whatever. So I don't know how much I even fucking commented on all the bullshit at that time, but I don't. I wish there was going to be a bunch of more information coming out about Trump's Antifa thing, but let's do. You guys probably all hear about ground news. Funny enough, I'm pretty sure it's like a paid thing, but here I just got YouTube recommendation. Yeah, I would someday down the road when the channel makes enough money to justify it, I will definitely be paying for a ground news subscription, but let's read this anyway. Sorry, I got to get it big enough for me to read, and then, of course, on the screen for you guys. And now I'm going to make it smaller. Trump designates anti-fascist Antifa movement as a terrorist organization. On Thursday, President Donald Trump announced on Truth Social his intentions to classify the anti-fascist movement Antifa as a significant terrorist entity. The announcement follows earlier signals made this week after the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, which some on the right link to leftist ideology associated with Antifa. What a fucking joke. Antifa is a loosely organized, leaderless social movement lacking centralized structure, making the legal mechanism and practical effects of the designation uncertain. No, I think it makes the designation or what weight it carries absolutely clear. It carries no weight. So now the next issue is, it's just the obvious next step is, how will Trump force local law enforcement to start cracking down on the word Antifa associated with social media users, people carrying signs maybe with that on it? You get my point. That's what is uncertain. Trump's authority or the weight that this carries by him designating it a terrorist group is completely clear to me. It carries no weight. Is obviously that's not the issue. Is what they want to do is now emboldened local law enforcement at whatever level, whether it's state, like city, local, right? To, I guess, target anybody on the left they don't like or however they see fit in association with this word Antifa. So it's extreme. Obviously, it's really, really gray area. It's a super fucking broad designation, which, again, doesn't really carry any weight anyways, but should we do a little, should we look up the definition of anti-fascist? Or how about fascist? Let's look up the definition of fascist. Shall we? All right, so AI overview, and we can go grab the fucking, if the fucking dick knows fucking Trumpers wanna cry about the AI definition. I'll definitely give a few examples, okay? A fascist is a follower or proponent of fascism, a far right, authoritarian, ultranationalist political ideology that rose to prominence in the early 20th century in Europe. So, is Trump suggesting that they aren't right wing? Of course, he's not going to say they're far right, or he's not going to say that he's an authoritarian or an ultranationalist, right? A person described as fascist typically exhibits characteristics associated with the ideology such as extreme nationalism, opposition to democracy, and a disdain for human rights. Imagine that. So Trump just made this completely unclear group, Antifa, a terrorist group, even though they fight or push back against folks that have a disdain for human rights. So whether Trump wants to consider, or anybody on the right wants to consider themselves a fascist, which they probably won't admit it, by saying someone like me who is an anti-fascist, who pushes back, fights against folks who have a disdain for human rights, how is that targeting you if you aren't a fascist? And how is Trump designating these folks who push back against others who have a disdain for human rights? How is he justified labeling folks like me a terrorist because we want human rights for all? Core characteristics of a fascist. A person with fascist beliefs may display the following traits which reflect the core tenets of the ideology. Extreme nationalism believes in the primacy of the nation and its glory above all else, often tied to a myth of national rebirth. Right. A new America. Make America great again. New. A better renewing of what we were, supposedly. Authoritarianism supports a powerful central government led by a dictatorial figure where the individual is subordinate to the will of the state. So again, the Trumpers cried about centralization of power, and these first 9 months of the Trump administration, certainly like the first 4 or 5 months, it was doing nothing but fucking bringing down, dismantling, canceling institutions, and concentrating power to a more centralized individual. Militarism glorifies the use of violence and forces to serve the interests of the nation and enforce national unity. Suppression of opposition uses violence and intimidation to eliminate political rivals and silence dissent. This can include suppressing labor movements and free media. Well, there you go. There you go. Trump has, before this Antifa fucking kooky announcement, Trump has hammered down again, forcing folks, really disgusting folks, like the people in charge at ABC. You're spineless fucking cowards. You know that, right? You are rich enough where you don't give a fuck about shutting your semi fucking free press media company down, right? Just allowing it to be hammered by Trump. You don't give a shit because you're rich enough to know that no matter how bad this fascist state becomes, you'll be safe because you're far right, you're wealthy, right? Certainly, whatever time left on the planet that I'm sure the folks in charge at ABC are probably my age or older. Maybe there's some youngsters. Are you planning for your future enough? Because when all of a sudden, a huge percentage of Americans, Republican registered, Democrat registered, independent registered, are out of work or don't have a place to fucking stay warm and dry, they're coming to your house. So you go ahead and you bow to Trump, because you folks at the heads of these major media companies like ABC, MSNBC, NBC, you are really, really scary. You are just, here, President Trump, here's some more fuel. We're going to fucking bow down to you, and that is fuel for what he's doing. You're encouraging it. Seriously. How great would I would just love, like, not just me, anybody, any regular person making these, talking to these CEOs directly, even though I know they'll never fucking hear it. They'll never see this. What do you have to say to that? You are canceling people because you're afraid of losing money, you fucking sick motherfuckers. You are disgusting. Like, I don't have the vocabulary to describe how you are without using a lot of F-bombs and, lousy words, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter, like, because you can go, yeah, you're right, I'm rich, and so I don't give a fuck, and certainly that's how I'm weighing this. Like, I just want to keep our company alive so we can continue to get richer. I don't give a fuck about free speech. ABC hasn't been about fucking sharing the news and reporting on the news in a long, long fucking time. It's been about riding the fence. And now the fence is getting dismantled under you, so you have to jump to one side or the other. And we see where you jump to. Absolutely disgusting. Just disgusting. So when people are out there being jailed, harassed, beaten, maybe even murdered by the far right, you can claim some of that credit. Good job. Good job, mainstream media. Way to go. Disgusting. Oh, do we got King Tide in? King Tide, you have free. You get to speak freely here, even though you think you don't. Do you not feel like threatening all the libs in this country again? Why don't you tell our chat exactly what you did for the whole weekend, Tide? How many times, Tide? Do you know how many times at all that you possibly said, all you fucking liberals need to fucking die? Do you know how many times you said that? Just a guesstimate. Angela, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. We miss you. Don't see you very often. I know you'd be busy and trying to stay sane. Yeah, Angela says Trump's FCC guy threatened ABC's license. Of course. And they bowed, Angela. I'm really like, they bent to him. They bent to his pressure. And I don't know what to say other than I couldn't possibly make that decision. And of course, I guess I don't know if I'm not in that position. But Jesus Christ, I have to think that I could not accept just bow to bend to Trump's pressure over money. I mean, because that's clearly all it comes down to, is they are afraid of getting their ass sued. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's so bad. I don't know, you guys. Mary Brown, welcome, sister. Good to see you again. Oh, did King Tide? Did you block Human? That's funny. Human's like one of the most fucking awesome chatters in the world. You do fuck people up though, Human, but I appreciate and love that about you. I think most of us do. Human's gonna switch accounts. Hey, Tide, we're not talking about fucking the KKK, you douchebag. We're talking about your fucking moron, fucking rapist, pedo president. You don't, dude, why are you so fucking ignorant? He doesn't have any authority to designate anybody a fucking terrorist group. And then there's no fucking definition to his fucking statement or his claim whatsoever, right? Who's Antifa, Tide? I've been fucking asking you goddamn morons for so long. Tell me who Antifa is. Give me a fucking name, you fucking dumbass. Seriously, dude. I know you're probably like, oh, TV's all fucking riled up. I'm always riled up. But I'm just like dumbfounded about how fucking ignorant you are. I mean, Tide, are you naturally this stupid, or is it a choice? I mean, one is a little bit better than the other, dude. Lay it on me. What a fucking idiot. I am absolutely anti-fascist, Tide. Listen to me. Read my lips. I am anti-fascist. Anti-fascist. I will fight back against you and the rest of your fascist cult and your fascist president every chance I get. I am not afraid, Tide. Like you, I'm not a spineless fucking coward who sits at my kitchen table and threatens people. That's not what I do. We're not violent, Tide. You guys are. Fucking moron. Jay asks if Tide ever read or listened to the Nixon tapes. Of course not. He doesn't. He does not do fucking. He says he's a fucking lover of history, and he's fucking got his head up his ass when it comes to history, or he just has some sort of fucking, tells himself what he wants, and that's it. Yeah, Angela asks if Low Tide knows the definition of Antifa. Of course he doesn't. And if he does, he just won't admit it. I mean, it's just the crazy. It's Angela. I think it just comes down to that. Trump says what Trump gives definition to something, and they're just all, yep, that's it. What Trump said. That's the way it got to be. Are we a fucking mess, Tide? Tide, I think is that the far right knows their day is coming to an end, and they are just pulling out all the stops, for sure, right? Like I'll give them credit that they aren't fucking letting a single opportunity to twist the truth and to fuck America right up the ass without lube. They're not letting any of that go. I'll give them credit for that. But I'll tell you what it is. You guys are on your last leg. For sure, this is going to come to a head. It just seems like that's inevitable now. Unfortunately. I wish I will always be listening to folks and hoping there is another way through this without tearing our country further apart without more people dying. But that's clearly going to be up to this, you know, extreme right totalitarian style administration. It's totally on them. Tide, are you still living like fucking years before you were ever even born, Pumpkin? What about today, Tide? We got through that shit that you're crying about. Tide, we got through that shit. What are you crying about? What we're facing it right now is far, far more dangerous and detrimental to the future of our democracy. Yeah, that's bullshit. Tide says there would be no civil rights if it wasn't for the Republicans fucking 60 years ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's bullshit, Tide. But anyways. Dude, I'm calm. I'm as calm as I can be. This is how I am every day. This is TV. All right? I'm passionate. And for good reason. There isn't anybody that fucking thinks I'm out of control, Tide, except for you. Again, what do? Checks and balances, breathe in. Checks and balances, breathe out. You don't fucking get it, Tide. It's not like I can even explain anything to you. You are a complete fucking dunce when it comes to what our Constitution says and demands. A complete fucking dunce. Again, I don't know what it is with you, if it's chosen ignorance, or if you really failed that miserably in school, because I didn't do so well. You're a spineless chicken shit, Tide, and every one of you people that support Trump and are sitting silent or fucking preaching more fucking violence. I don't know what to say, man. That's not going to be me. I wanted to do everything we can to get through this peacefully, but I'm not going to fucking shy away from saying people like Charlie Kirk were absolutely dangerous, pathetic, racist bigots. Right? Right, Tide? Is that what you look up to, Tide? Is someone like that? A fucking pretend Christian? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? A fucking Christian-based organization, and is all Charlie Kirk did was spew fucking hate and lies. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. You're going to be fucking blowing blanks. What a fucking moron. All right, you guys, I have to do a quick BRB. I will be right back, though. My cup's empty, so I need to fill it up. Have you guys checked it? Watch, this won't go through. Dave, are you still here? So if you guys can't click this, maybe Dave Oz will fix it for me. I don't know what's... Oh, there it is. Oh, it is. There you go. TV2 has merch. I only got 2 designs up, but if you want to pay a ridiculous amount of money, too much for a t-shirt that has TV2 Live on it and or my ugly mug, you now have the opportunity. So, all right, you guys hang tight. I'll be right back. And I'm back in the saddle again. That's what I need to do. I wanted to do some mosh caps, but they didn't carry them. So, yeah, that'd be cool, right? Some TV2 live masks. I'd fucking trigger some chuds. What rant, Tide? Tide, are you sensitive? Do you have sensitive ears? Why are you so fucking why are you tripping about my disposition or personality? This is how I've been for 55 years, buddy. I'm not likely to change. Trust me, there's some days that I wish I could tone it down a little bit because it's exhausting being me, Tide. You fucking idiot. What do you mean rant? I'm fucking pissed, dude. I'm pissed that you're not pissed. You know what I mean? It pisses me off, and I'm not the only one, Tide. I'm sure it pisses a lot of folks off that you fucking Trumpers are so goddamn ignorant and just willing to fucking, here you go, Mr. President. Here's my fucking civil rights. Do you need me to spread my ass cheeks for you too, sir? Sir, should I spread my ass cheeks for you? Dude, seriously, Tide, what are you gaining from supporting this piece of shit that wants to fuck you and the rest of us? Can you explain that to OTV? I'm a little slow, you know. Yeah, you have a good night, Tide. I'm sure you need all the fucking well wishes you can get, my brother. Slow Freddy. Tide, make sure that you share this with everybody you love and those you don't so they can hear TV's rant. So that ding dong never gave one I can't read everybody's comments, obviously, but so that ding dong wasn't capable of giving one explanation of why Trump claiming something that is completely fucking weightless. Why he's so supportive of it. Tide, can you he left, didn't he? That's all right. Okay, let's so I think we've seen what fascist was. So being anti-fascist refers to opposing the political ideology of fascism. Shocker, I know. Anti-fascism is not a single organization, but a broad movement that encompasses a wide variety of autonomous groups and individuals with diverse tactics and ideologies. While the anti-fascist label has existed since the 1920s, the modern militant ANTIFA movement is a more recent phenomenon. What anti-fascist movements oppose? Anti-fascist movements define themselves primarily by what they oppose rather than what they support. Targets include fascist governments, far-right extremist movements, neo-Nazism and white supremacy, other systems and ideologies they deem oppressive, such as racism and authoritarianism. God, it's really probably no more Trumpers in the chat. They're just probably, it's impossible, right, for them to kind of push back against this. I mean, this is what Antifa and anyone who opposes fascism fights against. Okay, this is where we stand. We don't want a fascist government. We will push back against far-right extremist movements. We don't want neo-Nazism and white supremacy gaining any sort of momentum or strength in our country. That's not what we're about. Well, that's not what true Americans who understand, true patriots who understand what America was founded on. Okay? We weren't founded on Christianity. Okay? The term and movement of anti-fascism have roots in 20th century Europe, arising in direct opposition to the rise of the fascist dictatorships led by figures like Benito Mussolini and Adolf Hitler. Early 20th century Europe, anti-fascist groups first appeared in the 1920s and 1930s in Italy and Germany. Notable examples include the Italian paramilitary group Arditi del Popolo. Maybe if James is still here, of course I won't be able to hear him. James, go ahead and pronounce that out loud anyway, brother. Arditi del Popolo. And the German communist-affiliated Antifascistische Aktion. Antifascistische? Anyways, I seen a German streamer. That wasn't the word he used exactly. Maybe it was. Maybe he said it, pronounced it more clearly than I did. Post-World War II, following the defeat of the Axis powers, anti-fascist efforts continued in areas where fascism persisted. In 1970s, 1980s, European anti-fascist groups reemerged to counter a rise in neo-Nazi and white supremacist activity, particularly within the punk rock scene. There we go. And I will also just say, because I consider myself an old punk rocker, that the majority of punk rockers were anti-fascist, and we also fought back against the neo-Nazi skinhead punk rockers. So, thankfully, they were beaten back. In the late 1980s U.S., the American modern Antifa movement can be traced back to the Anti-Racist Action, ARA, which confronted white supremacist groups in the punk scene. Right, so what I just referenced to the Nazi skinhead punk groups. The ideologies and tactics of modern Antifa activists vary significantly, but they are united in their opposition to the far right and white supremacy. Ideology. Modern anti-fascists generally hold left-leaning views, with some adhering to far-left ideologies such as anarchism, socialism, and communism. Most reject working within mainstream liberal democracy in favor of direct action. I don't know that that's true. I don't know how I don't know that that's true, that the most people reject working. I don't reject working within our laws. Not at all. I think that's what we're doing here, is we're saying that we need to work within our constitutional laws, but we have to be as aggressive as that Constitution allows us to be. Purposely, I'm assuming it is. Whatever that Constitution makes available for us to fight back against and try to save our democracy against someone like Trump and his supporters. 80 million people out there, you guys. I've been hammering down on that for a very long time, have I not? It's like Trump whether Trump will be gone completely in 2028 or not, how all that pans out, I mean, I don't see him getting away with running again unless all of this shit just totally keeps going really bad, right, for us. So it's the Trumpers. I mean, they're not going away. You know, I think I don't know how much of a consolation it is, but like I don't see Vance carrying on the fucking MAGA domestic terrorist group that they are. I mean, I hope that if we have a Democrat president come into office in 2028, that they designate MAGA as a domestic terror group, because they are. And if man, we get the fucking House and the Senate, let's make that a law that MAGA is a domestic terrorist group, along with the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, the Three Percenters, any of those other fucking shady ass small dick fucking groups. All right, what else was I thought I was going to look up one other thing there related to that. Let me go back and see what I was reading there. Yeah, not sure. I think it's more important than ever that if you guys, and look, I don't condemn folks for not being a big a history nut as I am, but I think now is as good a time as ever for you to make sure that you do understand, have a good grasp of our basic history and how we fought against, how so many of our wars were waged against. Basically, the underlying thing was fascism, or, a totalitarian government, an autocracy, right? Whether our wars were justified or not, the wars we engaged in were justified or not, ultimately that was what the push was against. Is Tide continue to rage quit? Chat. He's struggling lately, you guys. I don't really feel sorry for the prick, but James says Fash Patel answered all his questions to the back of the room. A lady sitting at the back said, "He keeps looking at me." Another lady replied, "No, he always looks at me." It looks like that. Fash Patel. Yeah. What a joke, man. What a fucking joke. Holy fuck. I mean, all this has to be purposeful, right? Like, I wonder if, like, Patel actually takes his job seriously, or if he's just like, cool, I'm just going to sit here and do whatever I'm directed to do by Trump and let the whole fucking thing go to shit, right? I mean, that's my guy. I mean, because Patel isn't nowhere near qualified, right? I don't know about you guys, but I can't imagine like being so underqualified like Patel. I am. I mean, I doubt he was any more qualified for this director's position than I am. Seriously. I don't know what he's done. Wrote some fucking really cringy kids books. So can you imagine the fucking, like, what did he think? I mean, I guess these people are that self-centered and or ignorant, both, right? That someone like Fash Patel just he knows that he's not qualified and he doesn't care. He's just like, whatever fuck ups happen, he doesn't give a shit, because as long as he stays true to Trump's demands, that he'll be fine. Fred, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Dave says he's a podcaster. My little niece is more qualified. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what he was. Just a fucking douchebag with an opinion. Like me, I guess. Yeah, and so, we can sit there and do this shit, right? And not like any of us really need um explaining what fascism means and what it means to be anti-fascist. And so basically you're not going to get folks like Tide or anybody from the right that are willing to accept what the true definition of these things are. I mean, because it isn't going to benefit them, right? Like Tide needs to do every, and I ask these folks all the time, like, have you fooled yourself yet? Have you convinced yourself yet? Because you're not convincing anybody else. And if you haven't convinced yourself, then maybe you should question why that is. I mean, do you not trust yourself? Do you not trust your own eyes? Or is it that you're angry, you have misplaced animosity, you feel like the world owes you even though it don't? Probably stemming from some sort of self-loathing, complete failure in your personal life. I don't know. It's disturbing though how these folks get to this point. Like they just seem to kind of project all their personal failures and shortcomings onto liberals, and it's just like half of it obviously doesn't even fucking make any sense at all. Like you can't get idiots like Tide to explain or you know give any sort of coherent, detailed thoughts on how or why his life was fucking great right up until January 20th, 2021. And then all of a sudden, January 20th, 2025, everything was great again. It's because, well, we know he's just a lying sack of shit that'll do anything, and again, it just goes, for me, you guys, it just goes back to like, what do these people have to gain from it? And they don't have anything to gain from it. I mean, they must know that Trump does not care about them. But let's just say they really truly believe that, like, he will watch out for them. It's like, how do you address that? I mean, what do they and you can't get any of them to answer. Like they'll never say, oh, he's making our country better. Well, what do you mean he's making it better? In what ways? And they just, higher food prices, higher gas prices. Gas is $3.25 a gallon here, you guys. It was 274 on January 20th. So it's up 49 cents or something. Yeah, that's what I think. Bill says they're scared children. That's what I think. I think like this is like they're just going all out, Bill, right? Like led by Trump, of course, who's who's the most scared and biggest child of them all, right? Like, though I'll tell you what, Trump is probably damn happy. There's probably no one more happy about Kirk being killed than Trump. Seriously, right? Prove me wrong. Who needed a distraction better than bigger more so than Trump? No one. Oh yeah, it's bad, Dave. It's so bad. Like they just yeah, it's bad and some of them are just terrible as you know. Like it's a it's 100% lies all the time against, liberal chatters. Yeah, Fred says Trump was so upset about Kirk he skipped the DC vigil to go golfing. Fred, maybe you've seen the presser. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. A reporter asked him, President Trump, in light of the Charlie Kirk assassination, how are you holding up? President Trump says, I'm good. Did you see that we have the trucks here to start construction on the ballroom? I'm so excited. And then he went off on the ballroom. Seriously, again, she said, in light of the Charlie Kirk assassination, Mr. President, how are you holding up? Trump's response was, I'm good. Have you seen that the trucks are here to start the construction on the White House ballroom? If you want something even more cringy, Fred, go watch Trump's comments after Melania's mom passed away. His first public appearance after she passed. Whoo boy, man. No wonder I don't know, man. What a fucking emotional train wreck that dude is. No, Bill, did you see he got evicted? He sat there for like I don't know, it's right up until a month ago bragging about how much he loved his place and he's been there and he's got fixed rent and all this. And then the next thing you know, he's fucking flipping out in ways I haven't seen on everybody in chat. And then it comes up he had to move. And he tried telling me the other day, I needed a bigger place at TV and my landlord gave me a bigger place. It's fucking I don't know, maybe he somebody fucking maybe Maury Povich fucking dragged his ass in, and now he's got more kids he needs to fucking pay child support on. I don't know. I, just you know, I don't go digging into Tide shit. I just I just pay attention because I'm a caring person. Mr. Aaron, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Thanks for joining us. Jesus, we got so many people fucking lurking. It's hilarious. Oh, hang on a second. I'm being hollered at. All right, wasn't me. It was the dogs. I don't know. You tell us, Tide, you're MAGA. MAGA is the domestic terrorist group. Like I've said for a couple of years now, they are a sleeper cell. They were a sleeper cell. What do you think, Tide? What do you think about that fucking broad Lala saying I'm afraid to stream? Any questions you have for me at all, Tide? I'd be more than happy to answer you directly. Do you need explaining again why what America was founded on, Tide? Do you need me to explain again how the rapist pedophile that you voted for is a fascist? What do you think, Tide? Does that irritate you that I keep calling Trump, rightly so, a rapist and a pedophile, a traitor, an insurrectionist, someone who defrauded the people of the United States, tampered with witnesses, created a GOP nationwide crime syndicate? What do you think, Tide? Does it irritate you that I sit here more than happy to tell you that I am an anti-fascist patriot? Does that bother you that I'm still sitting here, Tide, 2 hours later, not shaken, not afraid? You know why? Because this is America, and we're going to keep it that way, regardless of how hard morons like you tried to destroy it. Cheers. That's correct, Tide. Anybody who continues to support Trump at this point, without a doubt, is anti-American. That makes them a terrorist. Isn't that the fucking rhetoric that isn't that the rules we're playing by, Tide? You can just say whatever bullshit you want. Oh yeah. No, it says the MAGA terrorists would like it very much if everyone who isn't MAGA is declared a terrorist. Well, that's exactly what we see happening, brother. That's how I feel this is going down. Is that if you're I mean, can you imagine at any time in our history saying that it's a bad thing to be anti-fascist? I mean, we're in a tough spot because you got a lot of people, like Ty just said, 80 million fuck ups that are buying in on it. I don't know how we address that, other than I just have to keep pushing back in whatever ways I can. Vote, right? Try your best to appeal to folks' intellect if they have any, and explain to them, start registering, you guys, as independents. If you're able to register as an independent and still vote the party you want, do in your state, do so, please. Just purely out of fucking, principle. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Democrat Party. I'm saying we need to use every tool we have available to make this clear that it's not about a political party. It's about human rights, right? And when you allow fascism not to creep in, it's fucking stormtrooping through the fucking front door. When you allow that to happen and you just sit on the couch and say, okay, whatever you say, it's not going to turn out well for us. Right. Jay says 32% of U.S. registered voters picked Trump, 31% picked Harris, and 36% refused to vote, ultimately allowing fascism to take hold again in our country. America didn't vote for Trump. Trumpers did. That's the stupidest fucking statement I think I've seen from you today. America did not vote for Trump, you ding dong. Tide, again, I know you'll probably refuse to answer, but can you explain to my ignorant ass what it is that you're getting from Trump's fascism, authoritarian government? Oh, I'm sure. I'm assuming it was JFK says 10 million plus people didn't vote. This is what you get. It was way more than that, Pumpkin. According to Jay's stats, it would have been about 90 to 100 million people didn't vote. What was it, Jay? So like 160 million people voted somewhere in there, and I think that there's around 220, 230 million eligible voters. Something like that. I know it was something like that. 210, 220 million eligible voters. Yeah, and about 2/3 voted. What is Tide go? God, that dude's a trip. 10 million fake voters didn't vote in 24. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's what I mean, Tide. Don't realize how ignorant you sound? I mean, you just clearly stated that you have no idea how many legal registered voters there are in the United States. Not even, you don't even have any clue. That's strange, dude. I don't get, it doesn't bother you at the end of the day, Tide, what a fucking ignorant fool you are? It's the strangest thing, man. Yeah, presidents don't have the power to declare anybody a terrorist group. I don't, do you not understand that? Are we delusional or is it you? I mean, Tide, when you have like, you're the only one standing on the nonsense you're standing on, I don't get it. Yeah, Darlene says TV. I don't think he knows the difference. I don't think he does either. He's just. It comes down to these folks. Seriously, there's like two options, isn't there? And maybe you guys can fucking more than willing to straighten me out. But like, you're either completely ignorant to how things are, or what the truth is and the facts about what Trump's and the reality about what Trump is doing, or you're just so ashamed to admit that you supported this guy that you just have no, like, your ego just will not let you admit that maybe you were wrong. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. I've never had a problem with admitting I made a mistake. You guys have seen that plenty of times on this channel. That, yeah. So I don't get it. And the thing that really hurts though, or bothers me, or is frightening, is that these people continue, like Tide, continuing to deny reality puts other folks in danger, because he'll continue to spread his lies and his bullshit, and try and incorporate all his personal failings into how try to make comparisons about his personal failings being subject and due to the way the country has been run by libs all this time. I mean, I had that fucking idiot Hawk in the White House chat yesterday try to tell me that Michigan has been a blue state this whole time. That's the to me, that is intentionally trying to do damage to our country, to incite violence on liberals, Democrats. It is. I mean, when you say shit like that, that is just a joke of a lie. It's I don't know. I don't think that that shit should be excused. Bite-sized BS says King Tide is some Alabama result of incest. Yeah, I don't know. It's I tell you what, bite-sized. I've gotten to talk to. I don't know if how familiar you are with King Tide, but I've gotten to talk to him a little bit at times where he was calm over the last couple of years, and he said he failed miserably in a Catholic school. I think and I don't bash like. I guess it's kind of a joke. Religious schools, right? Christian schools, homeschooling. And I can give you some personal examples, not from me going to these schools, but being close with neighbors and shit that had their kids in these schools. I think it's clear that, and I mean, look, if you take into consideration what a religious sect like Catholicism is going to teach their students in comparison to what the national public school curriculum is, I mean, it's seems pretty clear why Tide is so ignorant, right? I mean, they just didn't deal with reality probably on a lot of subjects. But again, I know folks that have gone to Christian schools and Catholic schools specifically that are not ignorant at all, and that blow me away when it comes to being informed and knowledgeable about things, right? Important stuff. That's not Tide though. JFK says Catholic school saved my life. Well, I'm not saying that there's anything, I'm not saying that just in general Christian schools or Catholic schools are bad. I think it's really obviously clear that too many of them are so underfunded or because of their ideology that you're not really doing, doing right by the students in a lot of those religious based schools. And I'll stand by that. I can give you all kinds of examples. Just go look at fucking graduation rates. Go look at fucking college test scores. Look at grade point averages, you know? And it's probably more so, again, like I'm in West Michigan, so it's not like we have really huge populated cities one after another around here, right? Like the biggest one is Grand Rapids, about 45 minutes from me, and they're only like, what, 300, 400,000 people or something. Bite-sized BS says the music to mic audio ratio is off. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean if you're referring to the stream, but yeah, it sounds like it's all right. The sync is good on my end. Yeah, it sounds like it's all right. The sync is good on my. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The music is loud and my mic is low. There is no music, brother. Yeah, there's nothing else coming through my system. So maybe you have some other open window somewheres, but there is yeah, there's no other audio up on my coming through this feed. But that's all right. Whatever. I appreciate you shouting out though and making sure that the stream audio is good, and it seems like it is. Yeah, I don't think there's any issue either. Yeah, even if I had music playing on another window, it wouldn't have been coming through the stream. Unless it was singing, all I want to do is chew some gum. I got a feeling I'm not the only one, and all I want to do is chew some gum until Antifa comes up on the Santa Monica Boulevard. Yeah, no worry, bite size. I was gonna do. I've been wanting to do a dab, but I can't do them on cam because I've already had to try and convince all my family that I'm not a meth head. I really haven't, but that shit's funny. Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody in here chatting that I can't see. Pete, what's up, brother? Peter Chancellor in the house. It's good to see you, my friend. Crazy fucking times, right, dude? Shit's fucking getting heavy. Heavy, heavy. Oops. That's not going to post. Todd Rundgren wants to chew on that gum all day. I don't want to work. I want to chew on the gum all day. I like to get a good beer buzz early in the morning and in the afternoon and in the evening and then in the late evening and in the small hours. A little bit of nap, a scrambled egg, and some more booze. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Peter, I was watching Agenda Free TV go on about the Jimmy Kimmel shit, and I don't do TMZ type stuff. Like I mean, it's not that I don't think it sucks, but like the bigger thing for me, Peter, was that ABC is caving. They're no longer a legit journalistic a media company. They're just, I mean, and I don't know what Kimmel's ratings were because I only keep seeing Trumpers say that his ratings were in the toilet, or Trump saying that. I don't believe that for a minute. I assumed he was like the number one rated show or close to it, talk show, right? Late night talk show. Personally, I prefer Jimmy Fallon. Even though I don't watch any of them, Jimmy Fallon is a fucking brilliant, witty, funny, smart, likable guy, right? He's self-respecting and extremely intelligent and funny. So, But I don't watch any of that shit. And so I didn't really give that many fucks about Kimmel being fired, other than what it shows, that it shows again that ABC is choosing money over the security and foundation that this country was built on, in order for them to have such a large, extremely successful company like ABC. Like, they are now, by bending to this or bowing to this or caving to this bullshit, they are doing themselves in. They now have two choices. They can either start spewing right-wing propaganda, or they can go out of business. I think today, by them firing Jimmy Kimmel or canceling the late night show or whatever the fuck show it is, I think they told America what their choice is, that they are now going to start spewing far-right propaganda to appease President Trump, as opposed to continuing to try and fight for true journalism, right? So that bums me out, because, well, I don't know how hard it's going to be for the administration to shut down independent journalists. And I don't consider myself a journalist, but certainly folks like me who are streaming and sharing a lot of news that places like ABC and NBC and MSNBC and CNN and Fox and whether it's right or left, there's a lot of good stuff that these media outlets just didn't bother with, because it was not dramatic enough, I guess, right? At TMZ wasn't going to get that sort of level of attention, because unfortunately, people all across the spectrum are into a lot of fucking drama instead of facts, no matter how boring they might be. Yeah, Peter says, true, all MSM caving into Trump threats. Oligarchs control MSM. Yeah, I think that's really the biggest takeaway from Kimmel being fired, is that it's ABC making that choice, right? And then so is what'll really be interesting, though, you guys, is Trump continued in that True Social post that he appealed to NBC to now to do what's right and fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. So we'll see what happens there. I would love to hear back from you guys in the future, like the next time I stream. If any of you folks watch Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers regularly, maybe you can kind of pay attention and keep OTV informed about how have they pulled back a little bit on their comedy style. Do you feel like they're being a little more cautious on criticizing Trump or the Republican Party? Because I think that's what's going to be key. Anything short of NBC firing these two fellas, I would be really curious to see. And to be honest with you, just not like I know them personally, but just from what we do know of them, I can't imagine them caving at all, right? Like, they're just not. Like the Beastie Boys said, we're not going to change up our style just to fit in. So I know I'm not going to change up my style just to fit in. Mary brings up a good point that I forgot about. Mary says it also has to do with a giant merger that needs the king's blessing. Yeah, while the FCC merger, they need the FCC's blessing, right? Am I getting that 3-letter department right? And Mary, maybe she'll elaborate. I don't know exactly what the deal is, but ABC trying to, or God, what was the name of that company? I just listened to it in the in the truck. Me and Mrs. V went out before I started streaming and went shopping and got some dinner and stuff. And I always listen to PBS or NPR. Yeah, and they had talked about that on Marketplace with Kai Rizdal, who I love. Yeah, Charlie, Jay, that's what I've been putting stuff together and I'm not ready to go into it tonight. Though it's been irritating me that I haven't streamed the last 2 nights, but I just want to get all this together the best that I can, which is probably still going to be a mess, right? But the best I can do for the job that TV2 does. Because I'm sick of it. Like, I did my best to say, and I still believe this, and I know you guys do, Charlie Kirk being shot in the neck was completely fucking wrong. I don't know why we have to sit there and fucking constantly be touting that, right? I mean, it's common sense that you don't just go blasting people because you don't like what they say. But now, in turn, since Friday, that's exactly what the Trump administration is doing. He is inciting violence, inviting violence onto liberals, the left, or anybody that doesn't adhere to what MAGA is. So I'm never going to shy away from saying, I think it drives me nuts that I have to, before making a statement about what a lousy, terrible, disgusting person Charlie Kirk was. I mean, just a really low down, a bigot, a racist, a sexist, a misogynist, right? Just a really, am I making myself clear to any of you Trumpers out there who have, 4chan connections or whatever it is we want to do? I'm going to count to 3 so you have time to get your fucking video clip thingy ready so you can grab this message from OTV. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Charlie Kirk was a really, really terrible person. That said, we don't go around shooting people in the neck because we don't like what they say. So now is what's happening is you have Trump using this as some sort of fuel or an excuse to hammer down on our civil rights, our free speech, right? You don't get to say that fascism is bad in this country. Can you imagine? That's where we're at. You cannot say fascism is a terrible thing in this country anymore unless, lest you fear for your life or your safety or your family's safety, or just, plan on dealing with harassment for however long. You don't get to say that. Yeah, next star. Thanks, Mary. Yeah, they have like 43, whatever it is, and they're ready to add another one, affiliates. Peter says Charlie Kirk lived as a racist and spreading hate and protected by free speech, and the right wing shut down the truth and left center. Human says we should all start our assertion with a I think or it seems like your lawyer will love you for it. Yeah, I agree. No, I mean, you know me, brother. I am not. I'm well aware of my disposition. I understand that I might come off as hyper or spasmodic or a hothead, but I'm really not. I mean, I'm just a wound up person. But you've probably already noticed, brother, that I mean, look, I probably would have chose some different words tonight if what's going on wasn't happening. But I'm okay with that because honestly, it would have just been really fucking lowbrow vocabulary anyway, which I could stand to do better on anyhow, right? Like this gives me the opportunity to better explain myself, right? Maybe use terms that are better define my disposition and my feelings and my thoughts, as opposed to just saying Charlie Kirk was a complete fucking disgusting disaster train wreck of a human being, right? I mean, even though all those things are true, I could find, hopefully through all this will encourage me to find better ways to make those statements. As you see, I just have 0 fucks to give. Lala, why are you here? I think Lala says, that's not what y'all were saying in the chat room. You were celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, but carry on though. Lala said, Lala said a week or so ago that she was going to have this channel shut down. And then she said it again yesterday, was it? I don't know. Lala, you can correct me. I mean, nobody's going to remove you, little girl. Can you go ahead and make sure that what I said was true? You're having the channel shut down, right? My channel that's over 16 years old and that I've streamed my opinion on and all kinds of different shit for years. You're having this. So if you guys could just give one last like, this is probably going to be the last stream because Lala decided that we don't have free speech in this country anymore. She probably won't come back anyway. Fucking ding dong. Mary Brown says the real Lala, the one and only. Yeah. Mary, she was funny. Like, it was 2 weeks ago, not even, that she was in one of my chats, and I just sat there and yapped to her because, I don't have any respect for these people. And, like, if they said, all right, TV, what do you really think of me? I'd say you're a pile of fucking dog barf, But I know just sitting there beating up on them isn't going to really get me anywhere. So if they come in and act civil, then I do. And it was like, as soon as Charlie Kirk was shot, TV is the worst motherfucker. And she just went all out. I have all their information, she says. Oh my God. I'm serious. I know some of you get frustrated with me probably because I entertain Lala, but she is such a fucking train wreck. Seriously, some of her fucking absolute insanity, her far fucking extremist thoughts, far right extremist thoughts just crack me up. I mean, she's a clown. She's a fucking clown. She thinks I take her serious, or when I'm kind, like I'm taking her serious. Hilarious. Oh yeah, Fred, that's why she comes up with some fucking doozies. It's fucking funny as fuck. No, it says, yeah, there is a TV2 Live, not a TV2 Live 2. Yeah, I actually shared the link with Gloria because she was asking about it. I was running the Channel 4 news from the UK earlier on that channel, but I knew that it probably wasn't going to stay up because copyrights. But, I mean, the channel, I just got a warning. No big deal. Here's the link to TV2 Live 2 in case this channel ever does go down. Oh my God, I feel like all I'm doing is fucking up and down going to the bathroom, but it's been like almost 2.5 hours already, you guys, and I'm about ready to start crossing my legs. So just give me another minute. I know it's terrible, but I drink alcohol and coffee when I do these streams. And at 55 years old, you probably don't want me to go into detail about the soccer size ball, soccer size, soccer ball size of my fucking prostate. So just let me go to the bathroom a minute, and I'll be right back to chat with you guys for a few more minutes before we close this, all right? I appreciate y'all being here. If you haven't fucking hit the thumbs up or down, do so. Share with those you love, those you don't. Subscribe, ring the all bell. You know TV2 has some merchandise now. Only 2 designs, but you can get my ugly mug on a shirt saying that says TV2 Live and Loud, or you can get just the kick-ass TV2 logo. I know. I apologize. I told you guys when I was getting that shit set up that it wasn't going to be cheap. It bums me out. Whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. If I could give it to you guys, I would. All right. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, it doesn't help that I just guzzle down water all day long too. Woo-hoo. One of these days I'll get a bathroom up here on the upper floor. Maybe. Yeah, I haven't seen any pictures. I think just a few weeks ago, when did we have a holiday? Memorial Day or Labor Day, maybe it was, that Ashley had posted a picture of her and her dad, President Biden, and one of the other family members. Yeah, that should be it. Gloria, that's the channel though, sister. Yeah, TV2 Arts is TV2 Live too. Should be. Let me click the link that I gave you guys just to make sure. Yeah, that's my number 2 channel. Yep, that's it, sister. Well, that's the one that I have the next most subs on. I have a couple other channels. I have TV2 Media. James, what's up, brother? Did I say hi to you? James says, by the way, Trump didn't, or even Republicans didn't attend a memorial for Capitol police officers. Of course not. It's a fucking joke, dude. It pisses me off. Like, I don't know what to say. Again, I think I need to change my fucking direction. I'm serious. I feel like the Trump supporters are the issue. Right? Like they're not in power. They're not, they're just going along with, even if they opposed what Trump is doing, it wouldn't make any difference. So Trump has the power in that sense. Obviously, he's in the White House, but I feel like the Trumpers are like, if there was no support for what Trump is doing, like you would see the folks around him start to cave and fall off, right? But because there's so much fucking support for this fucking absolute insanity from the base, that I feel like the cabinet members and anybody who has any sort of self-preservation awareness, that they would say, they would be like, yeah, we're not going to fucking encourage this at all. But because there's all this support from these maniac fucking Trumpers, that I feel like it's just emboldening these folks around Trump that are the ones that can make a difference, and they're not going to. Is Lala still here, or was she still here? Can't imagine she I think Bill must have fucking removed Mary's comment by accident. I can't unhide it. Yeah, I just want to reiterate before I sign off that Charlie Kirk was a really lousy individual. I already forgot what humans' suggestion is for how I should start my statements. I feel statements. I feel like Charlie Kirk is a really lousy individual. Is that better? Is that going to keep me safe? Yeah, Mary says they keep them sheltered from the truth. Well, certainly they filter what Trump hears is heavily filtered. Yes, thank you, Jay. I had posted that quote a few times in the last few days, brother. Agolf posts a quote from Charlie Kirk, and he once said, "I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage." Yep. That's Charlie Kirk saying that empathy is a bad thing. Charlie Kirk also has made statements like he is okay with a few random murders by gun every year of innocent people. I'll add that innocent because he didn't specify, right? He just said he's okay with a few people being murdered every year if it means him being allowed to keep his gun. So I guess his wife didn't share that sentiment. I guess nobody on the right shared that sentiment. I don't know. Because according to Charlie Kirk's own words, there should be no uproar about him having his fucking neck blasted out, right? That's what he stood for. That was important to Charlie Kirk, that people have the right to blow other people's fucking necks off. And so why are they throwing a fit? What am I missing? Oh, yeah, James, it's fucking crazy. James says, what about the tremendous empathy in Charlottesville? Good people on both sides. Yeah, I don't know, James. Well, we can't. James, look. I love you, brother. You know, this is what we, James, we just have to make it clear to each other right now that this is how we're going to fucking deal with this shit. We're just going to start questioning each other, brother, in really direct, fucking sarcastic, sucky ways, right? Because that's all these fucking idiots understand. It's like, again, James says, God damn it. Don, don't go anywhere. I'm busy, sweetheart. Let me get back to you in a second. James says, God damn it, I've already lost it. You guys are fucking chewing up the chat now. Oh, tremendous empathy in Charlottesville. Yeah, like you don't get to fucking question the right, James. There were good people on both sides. There was the legal demonstrators on the left, and then you had the good people on the right carrying Nazi flags that were running over the legal demonstrators with their cars. So yeah. Shh, James. James, shh, shh, my brother. That's not what we do in America anymore. This is Trump's presidency. Oh my gosh, dude. Anyways, what's Don Dickweed have to say? Don, will you be okay if you don't see me smoking any meth tonight? Is that going to fucking start to ruin your fucking narrative about me, brother? Don says, no empathy. Well, of course, Don doesn't have a fucking brain in his fucking head, so, or a heart. Don says, until recently, never ever heard of Charlie Kirk. Recent event is going to bite them in the ass. Bite who in the ass, Don? Not that he'll answer. Bite who in the ass, Don? Come on, buddy. Come on, you fucking spineless shit sack, Don Taroon. Anybody wants a... Don is now in my chat and sharing all his personal information with the channel, so... Yeah, and you know what, Don? You wouldn't have heard of him after this either if it wasn't a fucking psyops. Don, don't you think it's funny that Trump was unable to attend a D.C. vigil? Wow. I mean, how far could it have been from the White House? Who's it going to bite, Don? Yeah, see, Don's a fucking clown. Don, post more cigarette and smiley face emojis as I ask you to elaborate on your comments. Can you do that? Can you just can you patronize me, Don, and just go ahead and show what a complete fucking clown you are by not being able to give any sort of fucking coherent answer whatsoever? I guess not. You Oh, sorry, Mary. God damn it. Mary's getting beat up today. Mary, I'm sorry. God damn it. As soon as I click it, the fucking chat moves up and then I got the wrong person. Mary, I apologize. Bill fucking deleted one of your comments and now I timed you out. This channel's a fucking mess. All right, Don, can I just go ahead and translate for you? Don says, TV, don't ask me any questions. I have my head firmly up my fucking ass, and it's impossible to pull my head back out of my ass because I have Trump's cock in my mouth. We'll see if Don sticks around for 5 minutes or not. If he does, first time he posts again, I'm just going to fucking send him on his way. He's a really vile human being. He likes to make up all kinds of disgusting shit about TV too. Yeah. Mary says, should I post Mary's comment? Because I didn't mean to time her out. Yeah, exactly. They're all adults. None of them are in high school. Honestly, Mary, I didn't even think that there were 6 trans even in college sports, but there are 0, or there was 1, or maybe it was 1 that I heard that was in college sports, none in high school sports. And the one that was in college sports, it was an individual sport. So it wasn't like wrestling or something like that. Yeah. I don't know, B. I don't know if you missed anything or not, sister. It's impossible for me to keep up, but I'll tell you what. I love how busy chat was tonight. You guys make me smile, especially with the subject matter, right? Like, you guys all came in ready to fucking stand up for yourselves, for each other. I appreciate that more than you. I'm never gonna shy away from doing this. You guys know that. And so I'm counting on you guys to join me. That's all I ask, is that you guys join me, and you don't have to fucking, go out of your way to support or back up what old TV says, but I just ask that you guys join me and always give your opinions on whatever it is we're dealing with. So I appreciate you folks. And as I always say and seem to fail at miserably, I'll be back up as soon as I can, for sure. I wish it was every day that I had the mental strength to do this, but I couldn't let this one go, and I've been itching to stream anyways. And I like giving the big fuck you middle finger to the Trumpers who want to say that TV's afraid to stream and voice his opinion. That's never going to happen. If you're just doing the Tide thing and either lying to yourself, or you just are that fucking ignorant and have no idea how motivated TV is. Like, I've raised my kids. I've lived my life. I've been married for 30 years. All I have left to give is the most important thing I can do, and that's fight for the future of our country and the citizens of America, to make sure that they have the same awesome rights that I've had growing up and as an adult all this time, and that you folks have shared as well. And I know most of you support me or share that same sentiment. So I appreciate you. All right, you guys be good. I might see some of you later on another chat. I don't know. I'm going to clean up my mess, and I have a whole lot of fucking homework to do. So, Laura in the house, I'm heading out, sister. I love you. I appreciate all you guys, though. All right. Thanks to all our new chatters. God, we had like a fucking dozen new subscribers since this stream started. So that's awesome. Thank you to you folks. Don't be afraid to come in. Yeah, I have a pretty strong opinion, but you're never going to get me to go against you if you're presenting truths and facts. And, even if you just want to share your opinion, if you can do it without being a sexist, homophobic fucking piece of shit, come on in, chat. We're all adults here. I mean, if you're above the age of 40 years old, you probably grew up with someone that's pretty straightforward and not very sensitive like myself. So I hope so. All right, you guys be good. Peace and love. TV2 out. Contentment.
Yes, I got mindless contentment. I don't want to watch TV. I don't even want to be with me. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. Well, I got mindless contentment. Well, I got mindless contentment. Well, I got mindless
Emmett, what do you got?
What I done wrong, live, contentment.
I know. No.